Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dr. Mario Championship as we continue on with our April Speed Tournament. You're going to be seeing the end of our round one and all of our round two. They often say that April is the cruelest month, but that is not the case for our top seeds so far. And to help me talk about that is none other than our number 3 seed, Swang. Swang, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic, thank you. And yeah, and as you said, April Fools, but there's no fools in this tournament right now. Everyone's playing their serious game. They are putting on their best efforts, and we're gonna expect to see some magic with the rest of round one here. Savage, as we talk about this upcoming match between our number 1 seed Atalito and our 16 seed Nesdonk, what can you tell us about these two?
Well, we were talking about this before, and we believe that we have a Europe battle on our hands with these two players, both in very late time zones. I do not think that these two have faced each other before.
No, this is their first meetup, and yeah, I think this is exciting. I think this is the Battle of Europe going on right now with our number 1 seed and our 16 seed. They are playing in the wee hours of the morn, pretty close to that. But yeah, I mean, we were looking at Atalito, who's been putting on a clinic with his recent world record run.
Oh my
Which is
goodness.
fantastic! I mean, it blows my mind. I think Adelito's officially seen the Matrix and has reprogrammed the Matrix. How he performed that, it's mind-boggling. So for folks that are interested in seeing some really high-end play, you got to check it on speedrun for Adelito's world record attempt.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing with these world records is it looks so natural, it looks so easy, and like RNG isn't a factor, but tons of hours of practice put into that, tons of suffering through RNG, good and bad, and you really do need to check out that record. It's spectacular. And Nesdonk making his gold debut. This is his first tournament this year so far. We have seen him in silver before, so he is joining us. Doesn't have an average or personal best for 2023 yet, so we're excited to see what he can do.
Yeah, that's exciting. Nesdonk making his appearance into the gold bracket. Really awesome to see players move up the ranks and see them improve along the months here. And Nesdonk has proven just that here. Putting up a qualifying score of 1649, I believe, which is a PB for him. So just all overall improvement. So we're going to see that same sort of magic with these two players.
Yeah, we had a lot of fantastic PBs this month from our qualifiers. For those of us who are just joining us, in order to qualify for this tournament, you fire up your Dr. Mario, you run for 30 minutes on however many viruses you clear starting on level 0. That is your qualifying score, and then we are placed into a bracket according to that. And we have had so many people improving, and our scene has improved so much. It used to be guaranteed that probably level 15 would make it into the bracket, and now we're hoping to see a month where everyone reaches 17. So let's make that happen, community. Looks like we have a ready from Atalito. We're waiting on a ready from Nesdonk.
Cool, yeah, and it looks like Nesdonk's getting his warm-up in. Definitely a thing there. It, apparently, in Atalito reporting that it is 0011 over there, so a little bit past midnight where he hails, which is Turkey. Nesdonk probably within the same or a little bit earlier for him, but late hours of the evening.
Mm-hmm. That is for sure. So we are going to be playing a best of 3, levels 6 through 9. And the interesting challenges about this 6 through 9 level block is the virus can be a little bit spread out. We do want to make sure that we're avoiding drop time, and we can be victim to RNG in a pretty serious way. It's going to cause trouble making long-term plans if you're running into bad pills.
Most definitely. It's important to minimize the drops, as you say. It's important to maintain that calm, composed setup that you have here. And that's not adjusting as seen here, getting it there. A little lightning rod for the warm-up. All right, it's cool to see. But yeah, he's going to be finishing this up. But yeah, very important in the early level blocks, I think, to attack the board, not just up to down, but being able to look for it from underneath, from up top, and to the side as well, and just maintaining that flexibility when approaching a board like that.
Definitely. Now, for the times that we're looking for, we are basically looking for winning times that are sub 7 minutes. That's usually going to guarantee a very competitive time. And I think we saw the hottest time of the first round so far set by Packy last night, if I'm not much mistaken. And that was a pretty great match against Packy versus Betty B. Betty B did take a game off of the monster that is Packy, so GG's to her.
A huge accomplishment then. Yeah, that was a fantastic performance from him. I think he ended up getting like a 5:26 or 5:28 that run, which is very lightning quick.
Yeah.
You love to see those sub sixes, and Packy's average in this year for that level block is just phenomenal. I think he's averaging like a 601 or a 602, which is saying a lot because getting a low 6 is already a feat in itself. And if that is your average, whoo, buddy.
I know. It's so surprising. And I mean, I remember that the first time we hit a sub 5 in weekly checkup, that was monumental. And then I think Dimwit was the first person to hit sub 6 in the brackets. I mean, outstanding. And there was a whisper of a moment where maybe sub 5 looked possible. I think Watchma had an outstanding game that looked like it was headed that way. But, let's see what 2023 holds.
That's right. Yeah, I do remember all those instances there. Dimit was the first, in fact, to get a sub 6 in tournament play, and then Watchma's attempt at that was really, really crazy. It was, I think he was getting out of like 3 something out of it, and it was on his pace with that. But it looks to me like I think everyone here is ready at this point, so I think we're gonna get a countdown in a few moments here. I believe I might just be reading it wrong. That's all. I'm just excited to see some pills dropping.
I know, we're so excited. I mean, we do have technically already from Atalito. Nesdonk has put messages in the chat. Not exactly sure if they are ready. So we'll wait for a second on that. Yes, headed to the menu screen to turn on level 6. Resetting those timers.
Cool, yeah, you got his reset into the menu. Looks like we have it ready from both players. Both players will start on level 6. The level block will be level 6 through 9. A best of 3s, who said they're savage, and looks to me as soon as we get the countdown in, we're going to go ahead and get this round 1 set up for Saturday. And we have a 3, 2, 1. Pills! There we go. I had to sync it up with you a little bit. Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm. We'll get there.
It's like we didn't rehearse or something.
I know, we didn't. Interesting opening board for Nesdonk. Looking at the right-hand side of the screen, there was a lot of blue on there. Luckily, it's coming off quickly, although he's having to send other colors down to the bottom of the bottle.
Yeah, he took that blue horizontal opening, and I think that was a smart play to open the board up and at least diversified it. From the get-go, it looked like a very blue-dominant top line, but he was able to match it up a little bit more there. But he's got a lot of double opportunities set up with some reds and blues, and maintaining an overall colorful top line here is Nesdonk. It looks pretty nice to see out of that, but it's a 3-virus game between these two Savage.
Yeah, and Atalito's been playing a really nice game so far. Obviously, you can see some setups coming at the bottom of the board as well as at the top. He was nice and patient, waiting for a red horizontal at the top of that board. One of the thing about these players is, you will see really strong players and you'll wonder, why didn't they make that move? It seems like it was right in front of them, but
here comes
Atalito. Yes, look at that. And he's got another one fired up. Look at that. So yeah, he's making plans on plans. Good
Nicely
stuff.
done. Yes, Atalito had it there, and we had it looked like a little bit of a complication there, and Atalito would love to take those reds out horizontally, but it looks like he's signaling that, nope, that's not going to be the play. Just do vertical, and that's the way to do it there. Atalito out to 124, and Nesdonk looking like he's going to also be taking a vertical approach with it as well.
Yeah, and this is very close, and you saw just a nice measured approach from Nesdonk and not being too dismayed by some of the stuff that happened up top with all that blue, but just not getting the last yellow out at a 145.
And that's a pretty good time out of that level block. You're looking for a 130, 145. That's a great time to get out of that there. Both these boards right now, Savage, are looking a little bit similar yet different here. Atalito didn't really have, I believe, no exposure to yellow, and it kind of is the same with him. But now it looks like Nesdonk also has the mostly yellows and blues at this point. So his red axis is a little bit difficult there, but both players opening the board up and trying to make it where they can have these flexible plays when the pills aren't coming their way.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, you actually saw Atalito taking a little more drop time, and I just mean a tiny more drop time than he normally has. He doesn't, much like yourself, he tries to avoid it as much as possible. Notice he's setting up for a horizontal here. He takes the drop time red into yellow. He just needs one more, and he's out at a 2:43. Excellent time. Meanwhile, Nesdonk has this sort of barge up at the top of the board, and it's just because there's like not a lot of blue yellow coming, but hopefully this red yellow is now going to take it, open up some things. But again, Swang, this guy needs blue.
He needs a lot of blue, and he needs it yesterday, and he's just getting reds upon other colors here, but he just needs blues and yellows, and it's just not coming his way there. But it looks to me like now he just needs a lot of blues to get out of this bit of it here. RNG, as it was last night, was not that great, but I think he's going to vertically clear up. Yep, he's going to do that to make it a little bit more manageable there. But as we look over at Atalito's side, oh wow, look at all the red on Atalito's board.
Gotta love it. Really nice patience from Nesdonk as he waits for that yellow-blue, just that one more pill, looking at the next box out at about 338. I really like the way that he's maneuvering these pills. His speed on the controls is slower than Atalito's. That's not necessarily due to the medium-high speed difference, but you can tell that he is thinking about it. He's working on those combos, making nice moves, but you just mentioned Atalito's red the last time I looked over at the board, and now it's all gone.
And as we said, look at that barge of red on Nesdonk's board. I mean, he's got
but he's taking it down.
Yeah, I mean, he had a bunch of it, and it's like it's in the right places, so it's not stifling him at the moment. And I do like that combo drop.
Whoa! Wow. Yeah, nice look at this setup.
Oh, look at this drop combo.
And another one.
Boom! Look at that! Yeah. Wow, great vision.
Yeah, Nesdonk's really got some good shapes going. I'm really impressed. I haven't seen Nesdonk play in a long time, and this shows that PB is coming from a lot of practice, a lot of working on those shapes.
Yeah, most definitely.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, that's it. That's all you, Savage.
Yeah, Atalito into his level 9, looking to be in that sub 7 realm, right? So that seems like he is on pace for that. Interesting left-hand side of the board, you notice those reds they're begging for a Swang special, that horizontal, but I don't know if that's necessarily going to happen. Hoping for some red blues for Atalito over there.
Yeah, he has the reds set up. It looks to me probably the way he has it set up, where he has the blue on top of the red on top of the red and the blue on top of the blue. It's probably the wise choice to tackle it in a vertical fashion, and he's going to drop it down, drill it down.
Yeah.
Red isn't his limiting rage. It looks like he needs a lot of blues and yellows. If he does get yellows, he'll have to strategically use that to make sure he can continue to advance the board. And as we say that, Atalito down to his one singular yellow virus, and everything else is red.
Yeah, and Nesdonk starting in on his level 9, working on this. He's just got some interesting stuff towards the middle of that board. These shapes, we've got a double red but horizontally, a double yellow but horizontally, and he was kind of struggling a little bit with the RNG but still producing good shapes. Nice combo there for him. But Atalito just needs this red blue, and it drops. He is done at 610.
Excellent work there. Yeah, GG's from that. But Nesdonk's still playing the strong geometry game here. He had a sweet T to answer with that yellow over there, and he's making some great work with it. So great to see Nesdonk still putting up some really fantastic moves and playing that methodical game, as you said, Savage.
Yeah, no, I really like this. I really like seeing the plays and the shapes that he's doing now. And you're making Swang say chemistry terms. You're making him say math terms. Like, we're going to get all the gamut of our regular secondary school education pretty soon. Oh, Chi-Chi's Nesdonk.
GG's Nesdonk. Wait until these players are making L's and T's, and then we're getting into grammar school as well. So we'll expect to see a little bit of that here, folks. But as we see that here, it looks like Atalito and Nesdonk are readying up for that. We have readies from both players, and let's do this damage.
3, 2,
1.
pills. It's got to be the same rhythm, Swan. Like you just do it. Yeah, whatever. We got this. Next time.
I need some coaching from Flindo. Him as the resident musician. I'm rhythmically challenged, so I apologize, folks. But as we see this here, these players are putting on music for the eyes as they are just clearing things down. And I think
yes. Oh man, that combo from Nesdonk, so good. I was hoping that double blue would come. I didn't want to mention it, but that was fantastic. And he actually has like a tiny lead over Atalito right now, who just made an amazing tuck down the sort of left center of the board there. Although, yeah, and look at that drop horizontal. Great planning from Atalito.
I was still very mesmerized by Nesdonk's sweet tea blue in the beginning part of the board. And I kind of remember when Nesdonk was playing, even in the silver brackets, his second game is just he turns on a certain gear, very, very similar to how Packy would turn on his next layer and putting into that fifth gear here. And we're seeing Nesdonk do quite that right there. He just needs blues to come out of this. He's going to take the blues horizontally and tuck some blues at the bottom here. And as soon as the doctor provides, he'll be out very shortly.
Mm-hmm. Interesting stuff for Atalito right now. Looks like he is setting up a very swaggy play there, a drop T, but he's out at a 125. Nesdonk out at a 128. This is a very close game.
Super duper close between these two players here as they get into level 7 to make some damage with it here. Nesdonk has kind of an interesting set of board over here. He's got kind of a gap at the bottom part of his board here with a lot of yellows. He is going to place that yellow at the bottom to make the efficient play of it. And I think it's a smart thing to do, but he's going to have to maneuver things around to make sure that the drop time is minimized, considering there is a gap from the top to the bottom here, Savage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but nice steady combos from Nesdonk there. Now we see Atalito taking out some garbage, dropping into a horizontal with some yellows. Nicely done. Look, there's a lot of red on his board to take care of. I think he is going to end up taking some drop time once he drops that red, especially in column 3.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to advance it. He's got that red and then the yellow, then the blue, and so it's a little bit tricky for him. Although it looks to me like he is signaling to clear out that yellow horizontally. To clear out the blue, it just needs reds to finish up the board here.
Yeah, and he gets those reds. He's added a 241. Nicely done as Nesdonk takes out a nice combo on his board there. Now his columns 2, 3, and 8 are covered in red. He manages to open up that, so it's just 1 and 3. Nice horizontal work from him, but it does result in dropping that blue down from underneath. Looks like there was an underclear plan perhaps, but he did take one of those pill halves out.
Yeah, I don't think it was that big of an issue, luckily. And as I said, unfortunately, the blues come. But there's a reds there. But yeah, I mean, he had a bunch of reds and the yellow which he eliminated, and then only the blue. So the chance of him having a blue pill half coming up would have been a little bit better than a non-blue pill half. So I think that was a wise decision by Nesdonk to do that. But both players are putting on some really awesome, spectacular moves. And as we say that, Atalito drops everything down, and he's down to his final 10 viruses on his board.
Yeah, and these plays are going to be really straightforward. They're vertical with that red down to the blue. Just needs some yellow now, and he's going to be taking these out vertically, one by one. Just needs one more yellow, and he'll be out at sub 4 minutes.
Oh, wow.
We are looking at an exciting time right here, and the thing is that Nesdonk still has 21 viruses to go, but when you're up against a time that's as fast as Atalito is putting on right now, we're not seeing that Nesdonk's time actually really good for his debut in the gold bracket.
Yeah, this is really just a fantastic play from both players, but Atalito finding that sixth gear as Nesdonk would find that fifth gear. So this is just high octane all across the board, and these players are just demolishing what you set over here. But as we say that, Atalito a little stifled. His blue is a little buried at the very bottom of the board and just has red and
Yeah.
yellow here, but he needs that red yellow rush to continue the board here, Savage.
Yeah. And look at him. He's taking out with a nice L, yeah, those reds down in the right-hand side. Now just needs a lot of yellow to keep this board progressing. Gets a crucial yellow. Sorry, blue maybe? Wow, I can do colors. To start clearing off the center of that board. And oop, I think that was a misdrop there in columns 4 and 5 there for Atalito. But he makes that horizontal anyway, as Nesdonk gets into level 9.
Atalito looks like he is signaling to no. I thought he was going to clear up the yellows in a cross fashion. That's all right. I think he's hoping for either a double yellow.
I think he is. Yeah, I think he's gonna do that still.
He is going to manufacture that there. The question is
Yeah.
whether or not there's
There
that
it
blue yellow
is.
there. Drops it down and clears everything up in one fell swoop at a 538. That is a hard time to beat.
Yeah, we're just there's no
Wow.
538. 538 is one of the top 10 times. It's tied for number 9 with a time of Packies, who you're going to see in a little bit. So GG's to both players. And you see that Nesdonk with 18 viruses left to go in level 9, still 6 minutes ticking away. He's on a good pace, and I'm excited to see him try for gold again and see him keep progressing.
Yeah, most definitely. And even Nesdonk sees what's happening, is tapping out there. But yeah, I mean, he was already into his low 6s, mid 6s, finish up level here. So that was a spectacular performance, but just unfortunately not enough when you're going against the hot time PB strats there. But excellent showing from Nesdonk and great play from Atalito.
Yeah, exactly. So GG's to both players. Now again, no upsets so far, but we know that the 8 and 9 match is always a tight one. You're going to be seeing JonDatFlindo and DaveSmithSays in a minute, so stick around. This is the Dr. Mario Championship. Welcome back, everybody. Rolling along, our last match of round 1. You're about to see the number 8 seed JonDatFlindo versus the number 9 seed DaveSmithSays. And here with me again, Swong. Tell us about these players. I love them.
Hey, what's going on again? Yeah, these players are, as you said, the 8-9 matchup is always a treat to see. I don't really consider it any sort of upsets whatsoever.
Right.
The players are really just close to none at this point in the game here. But as we say that here, we have JonDatFlindo, who currently has a record of 2-3 at the 5th ranked spot with our standings here. Both these players have they're very seasoned in what they do. They both are great speedrunners, excellent versus players. They know how to modify their game when they see fit. And, Flindo has that straightforward approach, but has since modified a little bit more to become a little bit more straightforward and even go some higher risk plays here. And it's been working for him for this whole season. I mean, it's the Flindo we've seen. And of course, DaveSmithSays, the man is the myth, the legend. He needs no introduction. I will say, just these elaborate Rube Goldberg style combos is all you have to see of DaveSmithSays. So you might hear the both of us a little flabbergasted with his combos, but that's because that's the show that Dave Smith puts on every single time, and this is a treat to see it from these two players.
I agree. I think if there's any good way to put it about Dave, the man, the myth, the legend, is it. He's shrouded in mystery. Very exciting. We love it. So we've got our 3, 2, 1. I'm just gonna say it. Pills.
There we go. Pills. There we go. Sorry, I was on Internet Explorer. I was a little delayed there, but let's go.
What?
Let's do this.
We're going to have to break down that Internet Explorer pretty soon. But let's take a look at the top of these boards, Swung. We got a lot of red, blue for Dave Smith right now. Yuck. Let's just say that.
Yeah. But, I'm looking over at Flindo's side, and look at his columns 1 through 4 is just red, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow. Say that 5 times fast.
Yeah, and he's taking a lot of drop time to take those blues out horizontally, which actually I think I respect that because there's a big combo there. And he's going to tuck that blue-yellow in there, make a nice combo down the center of the board, opening up a lot of those reds and yellows. So, he'll be able to make quick work of those. He's got 11 viruses. Dave Smith's got 15. That column 2 looking a tiny bit messy there, but he takes down that spire. He's got it.
Yeah, that was good. I mean, he would either have to build up that red to horizontally clear to make that yellow efficient, but I agree with Dave Smith's play there to drop it down and just, keep the board advancing, keep the board exposed with what his plays are, and, remaining flexible, and that's what we're seeing with that here. But looks like John with that, patented, savage.
Swim?
Sweet tea.
Oh, sweet tea! I was like, I didn't see a swim. What was I thinking? Swim is Flindo's move, but there we go. So Dave Smith just needs 1 red. He's out at a 125. These are very nice times. Now, both of these players, they are both giant killers. So this is an exciting game between the two of them. Exactly what I hoped for.
Actually, you're right. These two are legend killers and giant killers. That's right. We correct me if I'm wrong. It was Dave Smith against Packy, and then Flindo against Frank, I want to say.
Yeah, Flindo took Frank down. So these two have an excellent caliber. Now let's take a look at this board for Dave Smith right now. I just want him to be able to clear that blue-red off the center of the board there, but he's making plans, he's adjusting it, and that blue-red shows up so that he can keep advancing that board. And Flindo has a nice horizontal opportunity here with those reds. He takes it, clears out some garbage. Things are looking good.
Yeah, that was excellent there. Dave had a couple things set up there, and Dave was using his versus pedigree to try and advance the board, trying to minimize that drop time when applicable. He had to since change course with what he wanted to do ultimately, but as he's doing that, he is maneuvering and tucking the pills around in order to maintain as much diversity as he can here. But he just needs blues and reds to finish this level up here. But Flindo out of it, the 245.
Really nicely done, and only half a dozen viruses back is Dave right now. And notice, looks like he's got all kinds of different plans here, working on the blue horizontally, maybe a fat log there. And you saw him hesitate a second, but wow, he's got this really well set up. Look at this.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Wow.
And he is out at a 308. Nice time. And Flindo working through making plans around all of these blues that we see on the board. Looks like he's going for that horizontal with the blues, clears out a nice red, looking awesome. Now he is about half a level ahead of Dave at this moment, but I think that cluster of yellows, well, this double yellow going to be perfect for that.
Sweet tea from Flindo.
Yay! Excellent.
Yeah, that was really cool to see from that. But both these players are really playing that smart game there and still maintaining the, me as a player, there are instances where I definitely get tunnel visioned into a certain set of plans. But both these players are exhibiting really excellent flexibility with their plays and their game. And so it's really cool to see them attack it if the pills are not coming to be able to advance the board with that. And both these players are doing just that. But as we say that here, Flindo is needing 2 more viruses to be cleared out here, and he is on a really excellent pace here, getting out his level 8 at 414.
Yeah, and Dave Smith also on a good pace here, clearing out the center of the board with those blues and yellows. Notice he has a good plan going in column 3 here, using some yellow, and he's gonna have a nice what up? Actually, it's a sweet tea with a little bit of garbage. Yeah, very nicely done. And so he's got stuff on the left, stuff on the right, and some nice D-sandwich opportunities there, or just opening up column 8. So nicely done.
Yeah, Dave has everything on that 7th and 8th column here, so he's going to probably clear out everything vertically. That would probably be the approach to take, unless he is able to clear out. I missed it. What happened there? Please tell me what happened.
Oh my gosh. So the interesting thing is Sarah Sparkle pointing out that Dave Smith invented the term swim. And we can all acknowledge that JonDatFlindo perfects it. The swim being when he's sliding something over horizontally and then stands it up at just the last second vertically to make a beautiful tuck. He did that there to clear out some viruses. Dave Smith just has 1 more left.
Just that bit of red that cleared up there. And he's going to be out at a 525 there. But as you say that, Flindo just putting on a clinic, clearing these viruses up here. Everything looks to be ready to clear up, probably vertically for him at this point. He is electing to do that with the reds and blues, dropping that red, placing on top, and it's a very clear game with what Flindo's going to be doing here. He just needs a lot of reds to finish it up there and punches.
Yeah, this double red, really helpful. Gets a double red blitz out at a 5:52 sub 6 minutes. Yowza.
Wow, and you can see him being, but he was like, woo! He punched it in. You can see he might be. Let's see if I ever a dub. He's like, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah. But that's what an astounding game from Flindo. That's amazing. Taking his pulls, of course. He's ready. He's pumped. That was a great performance from him. GG.
Yeah, outstanding. He started off strong, but then just kept accelerating, I think. So fantastic work. And the players are readying up. Dave needs to take one to stay alive. John needs one more to lock it up and send us to the 1 through 8 sweep. All the shutdown of the lower seeds.
So. Wait, so Savage, 1 through 8, you say? Do you happen to know when was last time we had a 1 through 8 sweeping?
Why, yes, I do, Swang. We were looking this up earlier. It was in September earlier this year, then February, then September of 2021. So September, there's something about the fresh back to school energy. But we are back in our next game. Look at this red-yellow hot mess for Dave Smith.
And Flindo having no access to reds, using the reds as strategic garbage to try and continue down and drop the board down. He's going to take a little bit of drop time, but I think this is the wise thing since red is useless at this moment. But now opening the board up is Flindo here. But as we say that, Dave clustered at the bottom part there, very spired up in his middle section there, just with a bunch of yellows and blues, but not really sure how to tackle Dave's board. You might have to take things out vertically, I think, in order to make sure that he's able to maintain his top line.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. He had, these 1, 2, 3 sloping yellow column, and he did block off the possible horizontal red, but then got it back. And he has just been, with all the reds there, taking them out as efficiently as he possibly can. So look at this beautiful combo from him. Nicely done. Flindo just needs a couple more blues. He gets them. He's out at a 123. And with this drop time, Dave Smith is going to be out at a 123. So, yeehaw!
Yeah, I was like fist pumping in the back. You couldn't see. I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. You can't see it. But yeah, 123. We got ourselves a game here, a virtual dead heat between two players. Let's do this here. But as we say that, we take a look at Dave's board. He's dropping it all down. He's probably going to take those blues horizontally to maintain up top line. Yes, he does, in fact, do that. But man, everything's just really clustered into that middle section of the board is Dave Smith's board.
Mm-hmm. And Flinto's got a lot of stuff up high here. And nice tuck all the way down to the bottom to take those blues out horizontally. But he really does need to focus on this top section of the board, which is almost exclusively red-yellow, including that garbage, which he has the opportunity to clear out with this red-yellow, and he takes it. So that board has gotten extremely clean in just a matter of hills.
Yeah,
but
perfect.
We are at a close virus count.
8-7. This is as close as you can get here, folks. And as we say that, it is 6-7. And now back 4-5. These players are trading punches and blows between them here. What a game we're seeing between DaveSmithSays and JonDatFlindo. But it looks to me like Dave is going to have a little bit of a trouble with that red and might be taking it out horizontally, but then he has that red on top as well. So his end game is looking a little bit odd. I think he's going to clear it out vertically, though.
Yeah, it looks like maybe there was a misdrop in that red yellow in columns 2 and 3, but it is all cleared out. Just needs a couple more yellows. And is RNG providing? Yes, it is. He's out at 3 minutes. Just 5 viruses behind.
Yeah. Both players, I believe, are sub 3 or at 3 minutes. So still neck and neck between these two. As we do that, Dave having a really solid top line where everything is really clustered, but then a little bit of a gap at the bottom here. So it's going to be interesting if he's able to maintain his top line to make sure that everything is as minimized with the drop time as possible here. But as we say that, Flindo pulling back ahead with 8 virus ahead advantage over DaveSmithSays.
Yeah, he's just able to make some really nice, basic, easy plays to clear this stuff out, and he's also tucking down into lower layers of the board, and that's what sets these players apart from casual players, is just the vision. Once you hit that expert level, you're seeing into the matrix, as it were.
Seeing into the matrix and destroying the viruses. That's what we want to see in the matrix as well. But as we say that, I'm not really liking Dave's board. It's just reds and blues, and the Doc given his yellows and blues, which is not exactly what he wants to see here. But he's going to have to be strategic with with this placement of the non-red, non-blue pill halves here. But as we say,
Mhm.
that looks like Flindo is going to get everything all set up here, and he has everything very clear, straightforward, just vertical, vertical, vertical all the way through for him.
Yeah, exactly, and now these reds coming, and the last one, he's gonna tuck into column 2 in between those reds. He's out at a 431, so very nice time from him. Not looking like it's gonna be as incandescent as the last one, but he's got it. As Dave starts getting that double red blitz that I would have loved to see from him or for him, like 20 pills ago. We often say that the RNG of this game is terrible, because you can get that blitz of one pill over and over again. Was really hoping for that. And Dave, you can see he was hesitating there of where to put that yellow.
Right, and he had it where he had two reds and two yellows, but that yellow kind of blocked off his red. So I like how he did it. He's going to drop down,
Mm-hmm.
still getting that horizontal red, and getting out at a 507. Not the pace that he would like to see, but still going to be able to do some work, as Dave Smith says.
Mm-hmm. And John, it just dropped into a nice horizontal there. Having a little trouble probably with blue. I think now that he's got to open up for a prime move if he gets a blue yellow, or this, yeah, actually uses the double blue there, blocks off the yellow, but he did take those blues out horizontally. He needs a lot of reds himself.
Yeah, he needs our reds. Look at that sweet tea from Dave with the
Ooh,
monster combo there.
yeah. That was great.
I think Dave understands he is a little bit behind the eight ball, so you might see a little bit of a high risk, high reward plays. And it looks to me like Dave is doing that here. He's going to drop it down. He has narrowed the gap down from now a 4 virus game between his two players, is Dave Smith says. Flindo with a bunch of reds and yellows, no easy access to blue. He's going to have to move his pills around in order to maintain that top line and remain flexible. And as we say that, it's a 6 virus, now an 8 virus game between his two players, Savage.
Yeah, and the thing is that it all comes down to when you have these narrow virus count gaps, like looking at the shape of the board and look at Flindo's setup. If he drops this blue, bam, column 7 and 8 are going to melt away. And so that's how sometimes the virus count can be a little bit deceiving, and especially because there's so much blue still on Dave's board. So we got to get that RNG going if we want to see a decider.
Yeah, but look at this. It's now a 3 virus game, as we were saying earlier here. It is neck and
Oh,
neck.
oh, it's not going to
Flindo
happen if
needs
Lindo
just a
gets this
blue.
blue.
Three,
And
three
here it
fires
is.
there, and he is down at a 652. Very outstanding time from Flindo as he seals his match 2 victory against Dave Smith says, but an excellent showing from that. I'm always speechless when I see these two players play, and they put on an absolute great showing for us here today, Savage. Man, woo!
Yes, definitely. And Dave, with one blue that just appeared, decided to top out, but that was an excellent match from both of them, seeing a lot of fantastic combos. And with that, the 1 through 8 seeds have made it to the second round. So we're going to be seeing all of them competing. And actually, you're going to be seeing JonDatFlindo very soon versus our number 1 seed, Atalito. So stick around. We'll be right back. This is the Dr. Mario Championship.
And welcome back to the DrMC. Wow, that was an exciting set of round 1 matches, weren't they? But as we get into round 2, we have JonDatFlindo and Atalito, whom we just saw. But here in the booth is going to be calling the matches will be JB Henry and Uke the Librarian. Guys, take it away.
Well, what? Who? Me? Oh, hi. Welcome. I've seeing if I can remember how to do this. I'm joined here by Uke the Librarian. We've got the 1 and the 8 seed, and I'm looking here, and from my data, it looks like this is the 4th time these players have met, and it looks like Atalito has taken all of the first 3 matchups.
Yeah, that's right. In fact, we just last September had this same matchup, the two of them in a 1-8 in round two. So that one went Atalito's way, but JonDatFlindo has really picked his game up since then. He made the semis the following month, lost to Atalito again. This will be their first time meeting since October, but yeah, it's usually a good slugfest when these two are together.
And Flindo's been not doing so hot this year. This is his third round two appearance. He's lost to Frank. He's lost to Packy. I'm sure he would love to see that semifinal Sunday one more time. Atalito's going to be quite the test, and I believe we're just waiting on readies from our players.
Yeah, these two are going to give us something good. Oh, we have our readies. And we got our pills in the chat.
3, 2, 1, peels. Off we go here. Interesting board here on Atalito's side, Ook. You notice there's not a lot on that left side, including a really big bubble, a 10 block size bubble. Really going to have to be patient there, but also opportunities for a lot of underclears.
Yeah, as we look at Flindo's side, things are pretty floaty at the moment, but that's not going to last too much longer as he's chipping away at these at the top parts of his board. A lot of good double opportunities, but that oh wow, as he takes out a huge fat log there.
And also looking at Flinto's board, while there's not a lot on those bottom three rows, there's a lot of opportunity for double clears. Double blue here would be huge for Flindo. It would drop those reds down, take 3 off the board. Meanwhile, looking at Atalito, holding on to a 3 virus lead, really just has that right side of the board he's got to deal with, but he's slowly swiping down that left side to maybe try to find a little place to work around, and he does there with that double yellow.
Yeah, he's definitely looking for some horizontals here. That double red placement is going to lock him out of being able to get to that horizontal yellow pretty easily. I'm assuming he will find a way back into that, but right now, I think I like what Flindo's got a little bit better as Atalito's pretty clustered there. I know he's got ideas, he's got plans, but they look to be unraveling just a little bit here.
Yeah, it looks like he's just got a couple of misdrops, but he's turning this into a big combo. A little bit of a Dave Smith-esque combo there, as it's 2 viruses to go here. But Flindo just needing a blue. He's going to get it out at a minute 52, but Atalito got out at a minute 49. These players pretty much in a dead heat as we get into the 9th level.
Yeah, I've called Atalito matches enough to have known better than to say that anything wasn't exactly what it should have been. But that was cleaning up a big mess there all at once. So, as always, kudos to Atalito for making commentators look foolish.
Hey, that's what we're here for. Anyways, it is a bit of a sketchy situation up here for Flindo, but he's going to turn that into a nice big cluster clear and then drop down some more virus carnage. He's down to 28 here. Atalito is pretty much playing with the bottom few rows of his board. That's going to be tough. He's going to have to think very carefully about how he wants to get things cleared, because when things are clustered that close to the bottom, you don't get a lot of wiggle room.
Yeah, that's and the real problem for Atalito right now is, well, it's been taken care of. The doctor didn't give him any choices, but those pairs of doubles right next to each other, they force you to make a choice. What do I want to do? What Atalito wants to do is, well, I thought he was going to de-sandwich. There it is. He gets his de-sandwich. He's out at a 308. And that is putting the pressure on Flindo, who is still struggling to get to the bottom of his board in level 9.
Yeah, a lot of it, he split his board here a little bit, which really forces vertical clears where you don't want them. But he is really in a better situation here, able to get these viruses out quickly, opening up those double yellows, and is essentially free and clear here. A couple of reds, and he will be on his way. Atalito, meanwhile, a lot of yellow, a lot of red on that top line, and there's not going to be much blue to help him. Really only one more blue looking up on row 6, and then the rest of his blues on the bottom of the board. Flindo out at about a 349 going into 10.
Yeah, looking at Atalito's board, it's again, we're looking at a mess, but we've seen what he can do with just a little bit of mess. Those blues are going to drop down as soon as he gets ready for them. Now he's got everything kind of set up for. Okay, he has changed his plans, and that is totally within the realm of things you can do in this game. Has managed to get everything pretty well cleared out. He's only got one little bit of garbage left. And who knows, maybe that's not garbage either.
And the thing is, when it looks like something is a mistake from these top level players, what you want to do is look a couple of rows down, see what's below where that play is, and see maybe if there's a plan there that is in place from that player. And we definitely saw that from Atalito here, as it looks like Atalito, interesting end game here. Okay, he's going to get that open back up. Looked to be a little dicey, but he's going to drop down, get 3 viruses off the board, now just needing some red help. Meanwhile, Flindo is having a struggle session here on level 10.
Yeah, everything is having to be these giant hero plays for Flindo. Luckily, that's something that he's more than capable of, as we see Atalito getting out at 509. Flindo is, well versed in putting together these monster massive combos, but with as vertical as everything has had to be, it's really slowed him down.
Absolutely. And when you get stuck with a spire with just 2 high columns next to it, it's forcing vertical plays or making horizontal plays with a lot of stacked garbage around the sides. It's never a good time. You're seeing that here on that entire column 1's filled up because he just didn't have anything for those red yellows.
Yeah, and a filled column is nothing you ever want to see, especially when you're running speed. It's disheartening. And, Flindo is getting the pills that he needs to pull off that horizontal. But yeah, I think he knows exactly where he is right now. Kind of stymied by what the doctor's giving him.
And it was a smart play, even though he had to clear on either side to get all of those pill fragments out of the way, opening up a little bit in those columns, as he's going to get a nice little drop cross there. And he's down to 3 viruses, but he is going to be facing great adversity here on this 11, as Atalito's already halfway through the board.
Yeah, 631. Yeah, it was a very human score. It's not superhuman like what we're seeing with Atalito, but
And Atalito a little hung up on that left side. As I say that, he starts clearing things out.
yeah, it's a bit of a traffic light going on down that left-hand side as he gets a great cross, which is gonna.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's just gonna help. You're good.
And you see Flindo kind of looking, seeing where Atalito's going. You can see him playing very aggressively. You have to at that point, knowing how far back you are. But it's a 7:03 for Atalito, about 25 seconds off his best 8 to 11 time. And that is a reminder, we are playing levels 8 to 11 here in the second round. Picks up the virus count by a little bit, and the stack goes up just a little bit as well. And that will progressively creep up throughout the rounds as we get to level 17 in the finals, where the viruses will be stacked to the absolute maximum level. But you see Atalito putting on a little show here, or just kind of getting out of level 12. But it is 1-0 here in this best of 3 as these players prep for game number 2.
And I appreciate what Flindo did right at the end there. He was already topping out. He saw the pill that he had been waiting on. He's like, no, I'm dropping this combo. Give everybody a show. That's what he does. It's what we all do. It's a lot of fun, and we're glad that he did that. Looks like we do have readies from both of our players. Well, we've got a ready and a let's go.
Flindo fighting for a decider here. Atalito looking to take a 4-0 Saturday under his belt and move on to the semifinals. And off we go. Both players with a decently stacked board, a lot of open space in the bottom, I would say 50% of Flindo's board here. Going to give him a lot of flexibility for those tucks and swims, which is one of his specialties.
Yeah, and it's a good thing too, because the first pill that he got was something that he couldn't use both halves of, and that sucks. You hate seeing it. But he has managed to clear all that out. It wasn't going to be a big hindrance to somebody of his caliber, but yeah, it's things are looking solid for him as they are for Atalito, who is building his customary stack of columns upon columns of plans, and yeah, these two going to be able to do some good work here. I love this drop from Atalito. And yeah, about a 6 virus lead for him as we're early in the first level.
Flindo had a bit of a misdrop in the center of his board. He tried to swim, I believe, a blue-yellow over, and a just dropped right when he didn't want it to. So he's been fighting around that, but he is doing a very fantastic job here. He is forced to clear this high elevation red double stack. It looks like he may go for that last or go underneath and minimize that drop time. It's about a quarter of a second per row for each drop. But we see Flindo working it through here, getting it down to a what was a 4 virus deficit here, but Atalito out at about a minute 35.
Yeah, Adelito did some had to do a little bit of cleanup work at the bottom of that level. It wasn't the easiest end game to see, but he did manage to pull it off and is now just making mincemeat of the first part of this level 9. He is waiting around for that double yellow, and that was exactly what he needed.
And a bit of a tough break here for Flindo is he's going to have to combo drop down to get that last red. Always brutal to have to combo out like that, but he does get the 2 pieces required. So now he's free and clear. He'll be out at a 217, but his back is against the wall in the second game, Ook.
Yeah, and just like the last round, this is going to be a best of 3, so Flindo needs to pull this one out if he wants to continue in this month's tournament.
And he is starting off very strongly, minimizing that drop time, trying to maintain a little bit of diversity on his top line. Gets that nice quad short stack there, putting him at 28 viruses, but still quite a bit behind here as Atalito dropping another combo. And we see Atalito down to his final 7 viruses to Flindo's now 20 with that nice drop T.
Yeah, but if you look at that double yellow that's laid across Adelito's columns 1 and 2, he actually was trying to get that where he's placing yellows right now. That was going to be a full T, and unfortunately he got the tap just a bit too early and wasn't able to get it flipped into place. So that cost him just a little bit of time compared to what his plans were, but overall still worked out as he's already into level 10.
And 7 viruses to go here for Flindo, and he's got a great setup here that he can get everything out. He will likely want to clear the blue in column 1 first. No, I might have gone for that just to minimize drop time, but that's why I'm in the booth and not playing anymore. So 1 virus to go here as it will be 346 here for Flindo, about 19 viruses behind the leader.
Yeah, and Adelito's board, it's pretty. I like all the double opportunities that he's got. Unfortunately, he's not getting the pills that he needs to start setting them off. There's the first one that he really needed, though. Gets a great combo dropped out of that. And now he's just going to have to be patient and wait for some good red-blue options because he is out of yellow.
Yeah, 100% out of yellow, and we'll see if the RNG wants to cooperate. Spoiler, it probably won't. But we see that Atalito here making efficient use of what little red fragments he's getting attached to those yellows. Looks like he's aiming for that double red clear along the bottom row. Meanwhile, Flindo is playing very, very hot here on level number 10, down to 18 viruses, trying to get this lead at least looking more reasonable. But it is a 443 going into level 11 for Atalito.
Yeah, Adelito's definitely showing why he is the number 1 seed. But JonDatFlindo, again, like you said, not letting this one go. He is pushing really hard through this level 10, and I believe has made up just a little bit of the deficit that he was facing. But it is all Atalito right now, even though the doctor is not being the kindest with all of this red.
Although Flindo is making some really smart plays, getting things set up here. He'll have a nice clear here, tucking that double blue out at 526. and going into level 11, he is 18 viruses off the lead here. A big cluster of blue and yellow for Atalito. He'll need to focus on that, and Atalito now getting reds might be the opportunity Flindo needs. He had the opportunity as well just now with those 2 consecutive double blues to L clear some blues off of that top corner, elected not to. Might be a critical play.
Yeah, Atalito, as you could see, was looking at his next box. He had 3 different options for to place a double yellow, and picked the one that would get him down to his next pill, which was a double blue. That's one of those skills you just don't see when you're first starting out on this game. So glad to see that he has worked. Yeah, he's got all that working for him, and yeah, this one's about over as he just needs a few more pills to get out of this level number 11.
Just needing that last yellow, and now he's starting to stack to lower time, but a 6:31 for Atalito. Fantastic time. Taking a look here, that is actually a new PB for Atalito, beating his previous one set January of this year by 7 seconds. So congratulations on the PB. PB strats, baby.
Yeah, that's 2 rounds in a row. I believe Atalito has set himself a new PB, and that kicks him up an extra 3 places. He's now in sole possession of 7th place for our 8 to 11 hot times. But you know, I gotta imagine we've got a few more rounds of folks who are getting ready to set to set those themselves.
And Flindo played great. You know, chat pointed out maybe he was a little nervous. I can tell you, like, it doesn't matter if I'm playing, if I'm confident going into a match, or if I'm going up against a Dimwit or a Packy or a Frank. I will always get nervous because you know, I'm putting my own, you know, strategies and gameplays out there for everybody to see, and that can be taxing. And when you go up against a big name like that, it can always affect you mentally. But I think Flindo played well. A 7:41 is a fantastic 8 to 11 time. It's just Atalito, when you hit a PB, not much you can do about it.
Right? So GG's to both players, and Atalito, it's time to go get some sleep.
And we'll see Atalito tomorrow, semifinal Sunday. He'll be facing one of our 6 remaining competitors here in our April tournament. If we just want to take a quick look at the bracket here.
He'll be playing the winner of our next one, which is going to be Packy and Floyd.
Packy and Floyd coming up right after this. And then later on, Swong and Ibar, Savage Octagon and Dars. All great matches. We're all looking forward to them here. This is the Dr. Mario Championship. We'll be back. Welcome back to the Dr. Mario Championship. My name's JB Henry. I'll be joined by Ook the Librarian in just a moment here. We're bringing you second round action. Our 4 seed, Floyd 1977. He took a brief hiatus. He's back here in April, and a very good player. And he'll be meeting for the 5th time in his Dr. Mario competitive career, our 5th seeded Packy 619, a champion in his own right. Both these players incredibly talented, and Floyd is down in the series. 3 games for Packy, 1 for Floyd, but Floyd took the last victory the last time these two met.
Yeah, that was back in June. Like you said, Floyd took a bit of a hiatus. I believe, though, if memory serves, June was a pretty solid month. Yeah, he did make it all the way to the finals that month. So, I'm sorry. No, that was Floyd. Yeah, Floyd made it all the way to the finals that month because he beat Packy in the semis. If I looked at my notes, I would know these things. Yeah, we've got 2 great players. We have our all-time win leader in Packy with 61 all-time wins now, and just packing them on, no pun intended. But yeah, Floyd is never a slouch, so going to be interesting to see what these 2 can put together for us.
Yeah, and I always look forward to seeing stalwarts like this compete. These 2 are both very, very good. Floyd is one of the best all-around players. There's really no weaknesses in his game. Packy is an incredibly aggressively fast player, and he is down pressing literally all the time. Sometimes that leads to mistakes, but as you'll see, he works around them very quickly.
Yes, indeedy. So yeah, five 5 monthly tournament championships between these two that you're looking at right now. That is a lot of hardware. So here we go. We've got our readies. It's 3, 2, 1, and pills. And let's see what these two can put together for us.
All right, level 8 to 11 as Packy is off. Floyd is will be starting momentarily, and Packy is playing very aggressively on that right side of the board. And Floyd has a lot of things clustered in the center of that board, but a lot of nice, very nice multi horizontal opportunities along the bottom of that board for Floyd. As we have Floyd's timer just popping in on Packy's side of the board. We've got that taken care of. 23 to 26 here as we're about 30 seconds in.
Yeah, I was so distracted by that. I haven't been paying attention. So what we've got for Floyd is no access to blue, so he is having to use strategic garbage. Actually, he's got access, but it's going to involve things like that. And as nice as those sort of swim plays down at the bottom of the board look, unfortunately, they do take quite a bit of time to set up. So Floyd rightly just eating garbage where he needs to, but putting things together, and now he has finally got access to all of those blues down at the bottom of his board.
And it's 16 to 5 here as Packy chugging along. He's eating some drop time, and that's something you'll see a lot out of Packy. Packy does not mind the drop time whatsoever. He's just looking to just be a buzzsaw through these levels as he's out at a sub 90 seconds, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, it was about a minute 23 that he came out, and I've been kind of waiting to see when Floyd was gonna finish this one out, but it is going to be at least 10 seconds after that. So partially just the doctor not giving him the RNG he wants, but partially just, Packy's playing that well right now.
Yeah, Packy, when he's on, he's tough to beat, but sometimes Packy will just compound mistakes, and it's easy to work around that. But we're seeing here Packy playing pretty much flawless, getting a double red with nowhere to put it. Floyd out at about a minute 55 here, about 14 viruses behind Packy.
And that's a good time. A sub 2, it's just fine for this level block. It's just, you got to turn it up an extra notch whenever you're facing up against one of the all-time best. So even if you are also one of the all-time best.
We've got 20 to 28 here as Packy getting a little hung up. Not really many places for him to make plays. Tuck play is not one of Packy's bigger strong suits. But Floyd really looking to catch up here. He's narrowed the gap to 8. He's going to drop some garbage down, but keeping that left side exposed. Now just doing a little bit of a drop there. And he is going to be at 20 viruses, now under 20. Packy now at his last 7, though, 3 minutes in.
And the overall verticality of this board that Floyd's facing is not going to be an issue, although that misdrop really is going to be an issue. I was going to say, Floyd's a very top-down player, so he's always able to handle things like this, and it really doesn't generally become a problem for him. Unfortunately, though, those misdrops putting him quite a bit behind as Packy out about a 328.
Packy storming through here this first round. Floyd is 10 viruses away here, has a couple of really nice, easy plays here that he can get out of this situation. He's going to get this drop L, and he'll be down to 4. Has pretty much open play on anywhere he wants to go. It looks like he's going to be setting up for that fat log, and he will with 2 viruses to go. And now it's just waiting on that last piece.
Oh, there it is. I was going to say at some point you got to give up on it. But he didn't have to, thank goodness. All right, into this level 10. Packy about halfway through the board and holding on to that half-level lead over Floyd. Floyd definitely finding some good plays, but again, hamstrung by a lack of color diversity on his top line. All of this extra red, it's always red, isn't it? Has really slowed him down. But, so far so good as far as what he's getting to take care of it.
Absolutely. And Floyd is really handcuffs on that left side. He really needs blue. He really needs red to help out there. Packy is looking for reds on the bottom part of his board. Floyd's starting to pounce on that left side. 24 to go for him, 8 for Packy, as these players looking to get to that last level first. And the big problem for Packy I'm seeing, Ook, is he's kind of coated both those sides. We did see that drop there favorably, but that was looking a little dicey there for a moment for Packy.
And even though the single red works, I know he wanted a double red so he could fat log that thing out. It worked out for him, though. He's at about a 521.
Floyd has 11 viruses to go, and he's trying to set up for the sweet tea. Could have placed that double yellow on top to also clear out the yellow on that right side, and elected not to. We've got 4 viruses to go here from our 4 seed. Meanwhile, our 5 seed Packy deep into level 11, 41, now 39 viruses to go. And Floyd out at about a 540. He is only 10 viruses away from Packy right now. So he is definitely well within range here to come back and make this competitive.
Yeah, Packy had a couple of not full-on misplays. Oh wow, that's a big fat log going on there. It wasn't 100% misdrops, but they weren't the most ideal setups, and that ended up with that garbage over on the left side that he's just now getting cleared out. I think that had a lot to do with what was slowing him down at the start of this level, JB.
Yeah, Floyd getting handcuffed right now by some blue garbage, starting to take care of things here, but Packy has widened the lead to about 11. It was up at around 13 to 15 at one point here as we hit 6 minutes and 40 some seconds. And keep in mind, folks, it's not who finishes first as how you see it. Sometimes players get a bit of a late start, as we've seen with Floyd. Floyd will have 11 seconds to make up if Packy manages to finish first here. So we can see what he can do at that time, maybe force some overtime, maybe take the win. It is 10 to 21 right now, as it is a tough yellow-red there for Floyd, but he manages to make it work. 20 to go to 6 for Packy. Floyd's going to need a strong finish.
It's definitely what it's going to take for Floyd, as Packy is looking at having everything free and clear when he gets just one more yellow. Decides not to use it there. That makes some good sense. In fact, everything is now free and clear. And he is going to be out at a 731. So 11 seconds is a tall order, but we'll see if Floyd can pull it off.
And he's got 3, 2, and 1 second, but still being behind by 7 viruses is not at all bad. Floyd looking possibly to finish this one out here and post a competitive time. No, he's going to exit out, and Packy will take game 1. A tough loss for Floyd, but I think really what was stymieing him there was that first level, and really only started gaining steam getting on that second half of that game.
Yeah, once the first level goes badly, it really does just kind of tend to snowball from there. It's pretty difficult to come back from a bad early level, although we've seen players do it time and time again here in this tournament. But we do have readies from both players, and let's see what they give us for game number 2.
And we are off. The pills have been called. And Packy out of the gates first. And there goes Floyd. Floyd with a little bit of a tower on that 8th column. He'll have to work around that. And again, getting double reds, a little bit of a questionable placement there. But getting the job done there. 30 viruses to go. Now 29 for Floyd. Meanwhile, Packy has a relatively stable board here.
Yeah, the only thing that Packy really needs that he doesn't have is ready access to reds. He is finding some of that access, but it's all kind of out of the way. And in fact, he's going to have to use some of it as strategic garbage. But yeah, that's going to be kind of the issue that Packy's facing quite a bit until he gets to the bottom of his board, essentially. Let's see if he's going to swim this. He does. That's beautiful. That is what we like to see from our top players.
And Floyd has a really nice board going on here as well. Really has a lot of options for any sort of color combination as he drills down. He's at 13, and he's going to swim these yellow blues in there and get that nice fat lightning bolt. And he is down to 8, holding on to a lead here.
Yeah. Packy is having to be more creative with his plays than Floyd is having to be. Sometimes that's just the way the doctor sets it up, as Packy's finally getting his left-hand side knocked out, but Floyd keeping things clean, keeping them clear, getting done with his first level to 135.
And he's holding on to a lead here. And that was a smart play. Ideally, you'd love 2 consecutive double yellows, but that doesn't happen as often as you'd like. So stacking those extraneous pills up and preventing drop time, an incredibly smart play to save a few seconds.
Yeah, as Packy out at about a 149. So these two keeping it fairly close, but Floyd definitely with the advantage coming out of the first level. But the doctor says, hey, we may take that advantage away depending on what kind of pills we want to give you. So far, it's bad.
Floyd getting handcuffed by lack of access to blue. He's kind of having to force it, as we see here on that left side of the board. Really needs something on that right side to help him start attacking. Packy's got everything condensed in these lower few rows. However, Ook, a lot of those are same color, and those are very, very prime for easy clears.
Yeah, that's definitely going to help Packy along here, as Floyd is waiting patiently for a yellow-blue. He finally gets it, sets up his combo. That that level of patience, it's solid. It can really improve your gameplay, but sometimes it does let you in on some on some combos that maybe would have been better off left alone. I don't think that was the case here, but it would have been if the level would have gone on too much longer before he got the piece he needed.
And Floyd has been managing a big cluster of viruses in the middle of that board just absolutely spectacularly. When they're clustered up and you are clearing around just a big bunch of viruses in the middle, you can really start thinking about drop time and having to plan things out. And he played that extremely well, holding on to a lead here going into the 10th level at the halfway point. Floyd still holding on to a lead, trying to force a decider against our 5 seed Packy. 34-42 here is Floyd just playing very methodically and calmly.
Yeah, and a lot of players would look at those blues that he just cleared out and think, "Oh, there's a triple. I can work on that." That's not really Floyd's style. He's much more of a straightforward style of player, and I think that has worked to his advantage many times in the past, as he's not thinking about it too hard. He just reacts and gets stuff done, and as a result, doesn't make as many misdrops as somebody like, oh, I don't know, me.
Floyd plays very, very intently. His big play style is trying to keep combinations of all colors open, and sometimes that does require a sacrifice of what you see as a potential big clear, because while you may be taking some viruses out, you may need that color later. So it's incredibly methodical, incredibly strategic. It's why he's such an elite player.
Yeah, absolutely. As Packy gets this great tee out, we're actually tied back up at the end of level 8 here. Packy does have a stoplight over on his right-hand side with no real easy access to it horizontally at the moment. So that is going to be a bit of a slowdown, but oh man, these pills are exactly what he needs. That's going to drop him down to 1. Now he just needs access to this blue. He gets it. 1 and 2 out of the 518. And Floyd, if he gets another blue, will be out right behind him, but no blue.
The doctor has just been absolutely anemic on blues, but he's out at a 527. And again, Vuk, this close into the final level, this is what you like seeing.
Oh yeah, 7 or 8 second difference, and look at all these double opportunities for Packy. These quad blues, and I think he's hoping for another double. Oh yeah, that's not a good O.
That is a critical misdrop. That means he's going to have to navigate pills around that misplay, looking to aim for that yellow horizontally at this point, and that's the right call, dropping the blues down. That's an excellent way to fix a mistake. that could have been very disastrous.
Yeah, I think he's down to just like maybe one piece of garbage out of that entire pile. When all is said and done, it's going to be that red over top and of the blue, and looks like Floyd is going to set up to salvage that. Uh, ends up making another piece of garbage for it, but it's not going to be nearly too bad. Unfortunately for Floyd, that has given Packy just the bit of energy that he needs to really take on the center of his board. But now he is looking at just the edges, and that can be a bit of a pain if it doesn't work out for him.
And this is also forcing Floyd to down press aggressively here. He's now kind of having to chunk things out just because I think he knows that misdrop put him behind a little bit. So he is trying to play aggressively and now just getting yellow reds, which he has absolutely no need for. But he is going to get a yellow blue to drop. And he's going to get a bit of drop on that big stack over on his first column, but has some nice setups here as he's looking to try to make this competitive. Packy down to his final 4 viruses, Ook, and it looks like Packy is free and clear.
Yeah, I imagine Packy has got this one. In fact, he does, out at a 724, and Floyd passing that time as well. So GG's to both of these players. They put a great couple of games together for us. But Packy will be the one facing Atalito tomorrow during our semifinal Sunday.
An absolutely brutal misdrop for Floyd on that last level. He was neck and neck with Packy the entire way. He'll be getting out here at a 747 and a tough level 11. If you know you're that close and you know a misdrop's happening, you already feel all that pressure. So well done to both of our players.
Absolutely. So that is the first half of round 2 of our bracket. Coming up next, we are going to have our next matchup, which is going to be Swong versus Ibar. Stick around. You're watching the Dr. Mario Championship.
And welcome back to the Dr. Mario Championship April 2023 quarterfinals. My name is JonDatFlindo. Joining me in the booth is the winner of our last match, Packy619. We're going to be bringing you our number 3 seed Swong versus our number 6 seed Master Ibar. Packy, how you doing after that win against Floyd?
I'm feeling really good. I know how good Floyd is, and I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit nervous going up against him because I know we have a bit of a track record against one another in the speed bracket, but we also got a pretty long history of weekly checkup matches that really have been going back and forth for a long time, but feels good, man.
Understandable. Well, we got a great match here. As we said, Swong versus Ibar. These two have just been 2 great stalwarts in the community for a while. This is only their second meeting, though, surprisingly, and Swong leads that series 1-0. Packy, what do you think about this match?
It's going to be a really interesting one. Both of these players, in addition to their speedrun prowess, have a pretty impressive versus resume. Swong, of course, the defending versus champion, and Ibar, the runner-up in 2021. So obviously this is not versus, but nonetheless, these two are excellent and very capable speedrunners, and this should be an interesting match.
Yeah, absolutely. I know I'm excited to see how this one plays out. Just waiting for our readies. We have one from Ibar. And from Swong.
Looks like we are ready to go, and we've got our countdown coming.
3, 2, 1, pill.
Pills. Almost in sync.
Almost. Ibar going to be out of the gate first with a really interesting top line here. Really nice pills to clear out those reds and yellows to start off with, though. Looking at his board, I'm a little bit concerned that he's going to be clearing out this right side very, very quickly and then just be left with the left side.
Ibar's board, I'd really like what he did with that flurry of red yellows at the beginning. He only had so many places to put them, but he placed them in a manner where not only did it not really interfere much, as he gets a double red run, but he also made it so that clearing that garbage took no drop time. Looks like that was a missed drop on the right-hand side of his board, unfortunately.
Yeah, looking over at Swang's side, he's got a little bit more of a split board than Ibar had to start out with. Taking a little bit of drop time. Oh, I see what you're owing there over there on the Ibar side, but he's got it cleaned up. Swang looks like he's not liking some of the drop time he's having to take. He's had 3 or 4 drill clears that he's just not happy about. Swang's one of those ones that he doesn't really like to take that drop time if he doesn't have something big underneath it that he's going to drop onto.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm interested to see how Ibar is going to attack the rest of this board. There's a couple of horizontal opportunities on the bottom, but it's going to take a little work at this point. See that misdrop on column 8 is kind of rearing its ugly head right now.
Mhm.
But so now he's kind of locked into a specific sequence in order to get out of this board.
Yeah,
This is
Swang
going to help him
meanwhile.
out a lot. He needs some blue help right now.
Mhm. Swang meanwhile is free and clear, just
Oh, very
needing 2 more
nice.
yellows. What a play by Ibar though. Swang going to be out here at a 145 and Ibar out at a 156 it looked like.
Yeah, 156. Ibar setting up those no-drop double clears, which are a versus player's best friend early on, as well as a speedrunner's best friend.
Mm-hmm. Swang would really like a double red right now. He's got this huge combo set up. It looks like and he
Here
gets the
comes.
double red. Commentator's blessing. You're welcome, Swang.
Nicely done on Swang's part to bust through the top of his board. And a nice drop horizontal by Ibar, knocking out 3 red viruses at the same time.
Swang must have heard me. He's giving that thumbs up.
He's listening. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I didn't know Swang was a listener.
Ibar looks like he's setting up the fat log. Yes. He was waiting for just one half yellow pill just to set up that fat log, and he got it immediately.
Interesting. Both of these boards are quite split, but Ibar's is a little bit more manageable here than Swang. Swang has just been waiting on this red-blue that he got. He didn't play it the way I was expecting him to, but it's still a great play. Curious to see what he did with that double red there. He elects to clear up the column 8, which I think was a great decision on his part.
Yeah, it looks like it looked to me like he finally resigned himself to a little bit of drop time on columns 1 and 2, which really isn't a big deal right now. Nice adjustment to knock out the blues, seeing the next pill.
It swung out at a 332. Ibar out 10 seconds behind him in a 342.
So about the same difference as it was coming out of 8. See what Ibar does with this lack of access to blue. Looks like he's setting up some horizontal plays. I kind of like what he's cooking right here.
Yeah, that red's
That
going to
unfortunately is going to throw off the blue horizontal on top of it, and now he has a lack of access to reds and some garbage to clear up, it looks like.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Swang just flying through this level 10. He's already down to 18, now 17 viruses after that pretty cool little combo that he put together. Would really love to see a bit more red access for him. He has 0 red access as we are moving into the last 14 pills of his board. Ibar, look how amazing combo there from Ibar.
Combo. Love that. Gonna get the sweet tea here.
Swang
Got the drop horizontal set up and just goes ahead and takes the horizontal clear anyway.
Swang had himself set up for a fat log at the bottom of his board, decided to that wasn't gonna, the pills weren't gonna come, and I think that was the right decision, as he is now down to just 1 blue remaining, and he gets it out at a 513 into his final level. A little bit of a pause buffer strat there.
Ibar, meanwhile, has had a really good end game. I really liked how he set up all the horizontals down below. Swang has already built himself a little blue bridge that he would really like to cut down, but the doctor's just not giving him any blues to work with.
Yeah, Swang
Now
has
he-
not had a single blue yet so far in this level 11. It's going to give Ibar a chance to catch up here if he doesn't get a blue soon.
There's one blue, and there's another. Nice little drop triple right there. That column 7 is looking a bit problematic, and the problem is everything else is blue right now. But this horizontal right here is going to help diversify his board a little bit. That's definitely going to help him out. He's still maintaining a lead of about half a dozen viruses.
And I like the decision he made to use the yellow-blue to go ahead and clear out the horizontal. It only left him with one little bit of garbage, and he was able to clear that out pretty quickly. Ibar, look at all that red on his board, Packy.
Yeah, there's a lot of red, but it's also all doubles, so it's not going to take an excessive amount of red pills to clean it all out. Nice little no-drop double clear right there. And now his board is looking pretty diverse once again. And he has taken the lead. And the Tuck L. Ibar is rampaging through this level 11.
Yeah, this has been quite the level 11 for Ibar. Swang, this level for him, it's just been a battle of the blues, and he just hasn't gotten the pills that he's needed for his setups. He is down to 16 viruses, now 15, now 13, but it looks like it's probably not going to be enough if Ibar can get the pills he needs here to finish off this level.
He's going to get this D sandwich clear right here, and he's going to be able to set up that horizontal drop, and he's just one blue fragment away, and he is out at 742. Can Swang pull it off?
Well, if he gets a blue-red here...
Uh-oh. We might have a tie.
Oh, my gosh.
We might have a tie.
We will get that confirmed shortly, but it certainly looks like a tie to me. In the event of a tie, we go on to the next level. So that would be level 12 in this case. And whoever wins, whoever finishes that board first is the winner of the game. One interesting thing about the tiebreaker scenario is if you top out, then that's it. Hang tight with us for just a moment, and we will get that double checked. What a game. D-Dave saying in our chat, we do have a confirmed tie, so our players will be going on to play level 12.
Yep. We're getting overtime in game 1. Bonus Dr. Mario, guys.
Let's go. We have already from Ibar. And Slong has already.
It looks like Ibar is just going to go from the stage clear and try next screen while Swang is going to go from the menu. And we got our countdown. We got our 3, 2, 1 pills.
Would love to see a little bit more blue on Ibar's board. He is working on opening some up.
Ibar's got a setup to where you'd love to be able to horizontally clear those reds, but it's going to take not only some serious digging to get there, but there's really no platform directly beneath it to work with either. So it looks like he might be better served just clearing the garbage in column 7 and moving on. But it looks like he's starting to build up to it a little bit. All right, here we go. Nicely
That double
done.
red was really nice for him.
Ibar's
Swang.
patience pays off, and he has a 2-virus lead. And a nice drop combo right there, too.
Swang's been making some really nice plays of his own, though. I think he would really love to take these reds horizontally, just like Ibar took his reds horizontally. The nice thing for Swang is he's not going to have to build up to it, and he does get it. And that red blue is really nice for him as well.
Ibar has a nice little drop combo set up here. He's got a lot to worry about on the right-hand side of his board right now, including a little bit of garbage, and Swang has managed to take a 1-virus lead in the meantime. Ibar starting to attack the right-hand side of his board, however, and it looks like he's just going to take the drop combo.
I'm really curious to see how Ibar finishes off this row 1. You see, he's got the potential for. He's got
Good
2
drop
different
combo.
horizontal yellows that he's got, or reds, excuse me. It looks like
Ooh.
though he has blocked off one of them on his side, but
This
that
is going to be
those 2
good.
reds are great for him.
Oh, but it looks like Swang is going to get it with a 205.
And Ibar out at a 214. So Swang does take
Swang
this
takes
first game.
overtime by 9 seconds. 205 is an excellent, and 214 are both good times for level 12.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what more can you ask for in a Swang versus Ibar match?
By the way, that was just game 1.
Mm-hmm. We still have 1, potentially 2 more to go. I know Ibar would like to see a game 3.
We have readies from both players, and we are go for game 2 in 3, 2, 1. Pills!
Well, Swang going with chill strats this time.
Yep.
Well, look at that immediate horizontal for Swang. You'll love to see that first pill starting off.
Really nice to see. Oh, looks like we got some problems on Ibar's side here. Swang, in the meantime, setting up a nice drop combo. Got a little bit of red garbage in the middle of his board, but so far managing it pretty well.
Yeah, these yellow blues for Swang just came at the right time, and then the blue red to follow. I was a little bit concerned for him that he was going to have to take some monster drop time, but the blue red was just great for him to get the bracket clear and eliminate any drop time that he was going to have to suffer from that.
This right here is going to knock out columns 1 and 2, so he's basically playing in a narrowed playing field right now. These horizontal setups are really nice, though. They're going to help him clear this out very efficiently.
Yeah, and we are working on getting Ibar back. So
there's the side bolt
staying with us.
for Swang. I almost said the wrong name. Swang's got a drop combo set up, and he's not getting any blues, so he's just chucking them over into column 1. And then he does that to eliminate drop time on this combo.
Yeah,
Smart
I
move.
love that play there that by Swang to eliminate that drop time. That was great. He's out at a 141. And we have Ibar back, who's already into his level 9.
That row of yellow viruses is just screaming for, here we go. Just pill after pill just demands.
And he had a chance right there. But
Okay, here we go. There's the drop T.
I think he just didn't want to use the blue to drop down.
Yeah, he didn't want to create any garbage, and he wasn't really getting the optimal combo or the optimal pill to drop that combo, so he was content to use them elsewhere until he got what he needed.
Mm-hmm. Looking over at Ibar's side, he's got a bit of a garbage situation here in the middle of his board. Really am excited to see this double red for him, though, as he's cleared out 2 viruses with that horizontally and looking to... I'd really love to see a red-yellow for him, and here it is.
Speaking of red-yellow, Swan could use a couple right now, and now he's getting them. He gets the horizontal drop combo and then the lightning bolt consecutively.
Ibar's basically free and clear here. He's just got to get that little bit of garbage cleared off of his red in column 3. He can take it horizontally, which he is signaling that is what he's...
Nice drop T to erase the missed drop earlier.
So 318 for Ibar. He has taken a lead here over Swang.
Not much red to look at on Ibar's board. Nice tuck T right there.
Swang out of the 337 finally gets that red he's been waiting for.
I don't think Ibar meant to do that. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
The perfect timing for a double yellow to come.
Love that. That was a great play.
We're seeing some plays here by both players where they miss drop and then they manage to not only put it to use but extremely efficiently by just overall smart play.
Mm-hmm. Turning that garbage into gold, as Swang likes to say, as a lot of us like to say here in the Dr. Mario community.
Gotta love it. Ibar's set up for a lightning bolt takes the yellow half of the clear because that's what the doc's giving him right now, and you got to take what he gives you sometimes.
Wondering what he's going to do with this double red. He takes the horizontal. That's what I was hoping he was going to do. Great play, Ibar. He's down to just 10 viruses remaining versus Swang's 21 viruses remaining. Swang's got about a mini spire there in his column 3. The blues just have not been coming for him, and you can see it with his top line. He's basically got all blue with the top, and he's struggling to get past this.
Yeah, Ibar is gonna be out of 10 at about 5:09, which is a really good time.
Great time.
And this board is screaming for some horizontals. Nice T clear. And it looks like Ibar is going to go for the horizontal, and he's going to get it immediately. I'm not sure if he actually wanted to place that pill like that. Maybe he did. I'm really not sure. He's not shaking his head, so I wonder if I wonder what his plan is here.
It's hard to say. Looks like he may be trying to take this blue here horizontally.
Well, he gets the top line clear and manages to not column 1 down. So crisis averted at least.
Yeah, as Swang finally joins him into our final level in this level block with a 21 now 20 virus disadvantage to Ibar. It's going to be really tough for Swang to come back from this one. But Ibar does have that huge spire there in his column 1. Fortunately, he gets that double red, followed by what RNG. As I'm talking about it, he's brought it down to nothing.
Man, he just gets the perfect 4-pill sequence to knock all that down. That's awesome.
Swang trying to get some reds to drop this monster combo down. And he is going to wait for the precise pill that he wants.
It's now a 15 virus game. I don't think he wanted to do that. I don't think Swang wanted to place that yellow-red like that. But this double red run is going to help him manage it much more easily. Gets the 0-drop garbage clear. See, he's shaking his head a little bit though. Maybe thinking about that one a little bit.
Mm-hmm. As Ibar is down to just 3 viruses remaining. Oh, what good RNG with that red yellow, able to drop it down. Just needing 2 more blues. There's one, and
there
there's
it is.
out at a 750. Swung is already past that threshold. We have a decider on our hands, folks.
Yeah, no overtime this time. Maybe Swang's just trying to have a little fun with combos here. Here's the drop T with the double clear, and all of a sudden his board is squeaky clean.
Yeah, he's just going to go ahead and top out and shake that one off and get ready for this third game of this match.
Quite a match this has turned out to be. We got it ready from Swang.
Ibar just going to do
Bar requests time to close a few apps and hope that his computer doesn't screw up again.
Mm-hmm. I remember yesterday when Ibar's computer glitched in his game against Ook the Librarian, and then we saw Savage, so that was fun.
So this is Ibar's second time in round 2. His first was in January where he got swept by Watchma 2-0. His average thus far has been 744, so that's 750 is about there.
Ibar has really been really kind of been on fire in the past couple months. I know we mentioned that yesterday that he last month got into the 18 club, and this month he was just one virus away from doing it 2 months in a row. So it's been great to see Ibar improving as we have our 3-2-1 and pills for this final game of this match. Who will be the winner? I don't know, but it's going to be great to see who is.
Absolutely. Swang hoping for just a little bit of blue help. Just goes ahead and takes the horizontal instead of holding out for the T. I like what Swang is doing with his board right now. He's not waiting for the perfect pill, but he's not letting the perfect become the enemy of the good, if you will.
I'm a little bit concerned for Ibar. He's got all this red at the top, and his board is just very, very split right now.
Yeah,
he's going to need a ton of red to get through this.
He is not getting any red help whatsoever. There's a little red help. See, the ideal pills for Ibar right now are like double reds and red blues.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on doubles was one thing. Nice little horizontal drop combo there by Ibar, who's still very heavily spired, but now here's a little quick double red run, and he really needed that. Gonna have to take a little drop time before he gets out of 8, but it could have been worse.
And Swan getting out at a 137 into his level 9. Great time.
Ibar still trying to get some more blues. That blue in column 8 is going to be very problematic. He's really going to need some. Oh, but these two pills are going to help give him access.
That is just what the master ordered. And these 3 blues also are just what the master ordered out at a 216. He's not happy about it.
No, Honestly, I would not be either because
Yeah.
now he's
Oh no! And
he's going to take the top out and just restart level 9. Very unfortunate, but suddenly he's got a much better board to work with.
Yeah, I was just thinking that I much prefer this board than his last one. I was really hoping he was going to take that horizontal, and he did for the drop combo. Great play there by Ibar. But Swong looking over here, just needing 3 more reds, 1 and 2 and 3 out at a 306.
Yeah, rough going for Ibar after a really rough end game to 8, and then having to top out on 9 because of that high miss drop. But he's making the most of this board thus far. He's got a lot of blue to worry about, and yellow. But he's got this nice horizontal setup, and now he just has to deal with the spires on the sides.
Really love to see him tuck under that yellow blue, which is exactly what he does. Great play by Ibar. We're looking over on Swong's side. Swong would desperately love some reds. Oh, he had a really nice drop combo there. I didn't see what he was going for there, but he had a plan, and it was a good one. He clears up that little section of his board very nicely.
He's keeping those. He had those yellow fragments set up to drop down on top of the yellow virus as soon as he got that in between clear, and it looks like he's now going to manufacture a double yellow to get that sweet tea.
Mm-hmm.
Now all he needs is 1 blue fragment to trigger it.
And there it is. Really nice double yellow for him. Sets up the horizontal blue. Wisely puts the blue yellow over in columns 7 and 8. Gets out at a 436, which is a fantastic time for this level block.
Waiting for that fat log. Here it comes with the double drop clear. Very nice play by Ibar.
Just checking, Swong's all-time best for this level block is 6 minutes and 30 seconds. If he gets the RNG to cooperate with him, he's well on his way to at least tying that, if not setting a new personal best. We'll see what happens here.
Yeah, for that to happen, he's going to need to get some yellow help and quickly. But taking everything else that he's been given thus far and setting up horizontals down low. Very nice clear right there.
Ibar just down to 2 reds remaining on his board. And I wonder if... he's not going to try.
Yeah, he's going to go ahead and take the horizontal. Yeah. Why not?
Out at a 553.
I mean, Ibar has had a rough run, but this is not the worst that can happen to you, considering the circumstances he's been put through in this particular game.
Yeah,
because we all know that suffering too well.
Yeah, and with Swong here, probably going to be setting a hot time if he gets the yellows. You know, what can you do against that? There's really nothing you can do. It's against hot time strats.
Yeah. He's just a couple yellows away from victory, and here they are at the same time, 6:35.
6:35. Let me just check our hot times, see where that sits. 11.
That would put him in a tie for 9th.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, tied with you, actually. So
yeah. So great game from Swong to clinch game 3 and advance to tomorrow's semifinals. GG's to both players. Ibar put up a great fight.
Yeah, that game 2 from Ibar was just phenomenal. I really enjoyed watching that. I really enjoyed watching this entire match. Really great match put up by both of our players. But Swung does take the dub, and he's gonna go on to face either Savage Octagon or Dars, who we will see in just a moment. We're gonna let Ibar go ahead and finish this out. Just needing a couple more reds and some yellows. And there it is. Out at a 746.
So just around Ibar's average as well. Put up a really good fight against Swang, but Swang just had those near PB strats going on.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't even need a hat this time.
Yeah. But with that, we will take a quick break, and we will be back with Savage Octagon versus Dars. Stay tuned. You are watching the Dr. Mario Championship.
Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to the Dr. Mario Championships, the monthly speedrun tournament, April 2023 edition. And we've got one more matchup for you today. We've got the 7th seed Savage Octagon, and we have the 2nd seed Dars, both of which put up strong qualifiers, and this should be a really interesting match. Joining me in the booth once more is JonDatFlindo. John, what are you thinking?
You know, I'm so excited for this match. This is the 4th meeting between Savage Octagon and Dars. Dars leads the series 2-1. And as I was just looking at our stats here, I recalled that the last time Savage was in a tie of a series, it was behind in a series, it was with Packy, and she ended up tying that series up. So, you know, Savage is a strong player. We've also seen a lot of really good things from Dars. Dars has been on a hot streak this year, so I'm just so excited to see this.
Dars set a personal best in the qualifiers, getting all the way into level 18 with 44 viruses left. The level 18 club is starting to get crowded right now, but I believe Savage is also in that club, having done so in a previous month.
She is,
both
yeah.
Both of these players have a relatively even average for this 8 through 11 block. Dars is in his 3rd second round match of the year, having gotten to the second round in both February and January. And in February, it was Savage that he ran into and got swept to nothing. So this should be an interesting one.
Yeah, Savage would love to repeat that, as we have our 3-2-1 and pills. Both of our players out at basically the same time. We do have a little bit of an issue with Savage's timer. There it is. Shout outs, by the way, to the Dave, our restreamer.
We are always grateful to have him around. He's doing a great job.
Mm-hmm. Not loving Savage's board. She's got so much blue at the top. And of course, Mario says, hey, have some red and have some yellow. She's finally starting to get a little bit of blue and red to work on it, though.
Yeah, right now it's just trying to find the most efficient way to clear out all that blue and just diversify your top line all over again. But now she could really use a blue-red. It would be a godsend for her right now.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like she's gonna try to hold out for it. Just gonna go ahead and take the horizontal. Why not? Because it doesn't look like the dock is doing her any favors right now.
Yeah, and looking over at Dars' side, where Savage was hurting for blues, Dars is really hurting for yellows. And the unfortunate thing for him at the moment is he only has access to one of them. He is setting up some drop combos there in his column 1 and 2. I'm kind of surprised he didn't use those red blues to drop that down.
Yeah, Savage taking everything that's not blue and using them to set up combos for the red and yellow viruses underneath. If there's no blue, then what can you do but just try to set everything else up and have a nice, clean, smooth endgame. Out at about 156.
And Dar's not far behind. Oh, he didn't want that red to clear out, but it's okay. He got the ones he got more, and he was out at a 204. So about 8 seconds between our players right now. Still very tight match.
Yeah, this time Savage has very limited access to yellow viruses at the outset. She's not really getting many yellow pills, however, so that's perfectly fine.
And Dars would love either a yellow blue or this yellow red would have worked as well. He just really loved to get this top line cleared out. He is struggling to get the pills that he wants. A nice drop combo there though from Dars.
Savage's board is looking brilliant right now. She has no more yellow viruses, but I still think it's a great board to work with because you got a lot of double opportunities just waiting.
Dars is 6 through 8, columns 6 through 8 are completely empty, completely devoid of viruses. It's going to be a situation that is either going to help him or hurt him, because when you get into those situations, you can find yourself suffering a lot of drop time. But with saying that, he sets up a really nice drop combo.
Yeah, the only real problem with setting up that combo is that you need a specific pill to trigger it, and you really have nothing else to clear while you're waiting for it. That's the only real pain point of that whole thing. But now he's running free and just about out of this level 9.
Yeah, and Savage already into her level 10. This has been my favorite board she's had this game so far. But in saying that, she does have a little bit more blue than I'd like to see on that top line, Packy.
Yeah, that blue is going to be a pain point. If she got a double blue right now, that would be outstanding. But she's just going to go ahead and take half of the big clear, and that's probably the right move because it's hard to wait. But here's the double blue that she's looking for.
Dars would really love some blue as well. I was just thinking I'd love to see a yellow blue for him, and it popped up. Wondering what he's going to do with this piece of yellow garbage. It looks like he's just going to clear it out and get a drop combo.
I like it. All right, he has very limited access to yellow viruses right now. Looks like he's going to go ahead and just take the drop clear there. Could have gone in between with that double blue, but decided to just play it straight.
Yeah, and sometimes fundamental Dr. Mario is the best thing you can do.
Here we go.
Oh,
nice
wow.
Clear. And just like that, he's managed to close the gap to about 3 viruses.
Yeah, this has been a fantastic level 10 for Dars. I know he would love to keep that momentum going. As Savage really hoping to get some more red blues. She does make a manufactured one. And this yellow is going to be nice, just needing 2 more blues.
That drop time for Dars hurt a bit, but he's got the horizontal set up for the yellow, and now he just needs a couple blues to get out. Savage is already out at 557, and Dars is out at 558.
Oh my gosh, Dars has done a fantastic job to bring this back into a competitive match.
Let's see how Dars decides to attack the top of his board here. Takes the horizontal. Creates a little bit of garbage, but it's not a big deal.
I love all the horizontal opportunities that Dars has on this board. He's just got to be able to get down to them.
Yeah, he's basically got red garbage on spires on both sides of his board right now. The red yellow is going to be the perfect pill to address that issue. Unfortunately, he's going to have to deal with a little bit of drop time for that, but
Yeah, and
But
some
now
very
he's got the horizontal set up on the bottom. Or not on the bottom, but you know what I mean.
yeah. Savage has had some really creative solves to avoid some garbage and make some really nice clears. She's down to just 14 viruses remaining, but you see the majority of them are red and yellow. She's down to 3 blues, 3 reds, and now 5 yellows. Really nice tuck there to get those blues horizontally. I thought she might move that blue red over and then lay that horizontal blue and get the one on her row 1, but she elects not to do that.
Interesting to see how Dars is going to attack the rest of his board, but this having to fight through this mess has given Savage the opportunity to reclaim a pretty sizable lead for this point.
She just needs one more blue. She's going to get it out at an 801 is Savage Octagon. Takes the first game away from Dars. GG's to both our players.
Savage watching wrapped with interest. And it looks like Dars now sees what's going on, shaking his head.
Yeah, and he's
Pretty rough 11, but it looks like he's going to keep going. He might be shaking his head because the horizontal setup on the bottom didn't quite work out for him.
Okay.
Looks like he's just going to top out and move on to game 2.
Both players playing on high, I'm noticing. If memory serves, didn't Dars used to play on medium?
He might have.
But we do have readies from both of our players already. And our countdown, 3, 2, 1, pills.
Interesting boards to start out with here. Dars has a pretty flat top of his board to start. I like what he's setting up. If he can just get a yellow red right here, he decided not to take the up top clear. Nice move right there by Dars to tuck it in there, and now he takes the no drop double.
Savage just had a really nice L yeah on her side, and followed by another horizontal drop combo. The Savage has just been making some really nice plays with what she's been given. She's had a little bit of a fight with RNG, but she's making some really nice progress in this level. Would love to see some more red and some more yellow for her, though.
Dars, meanwhile, is setting up that horizontal blue clear and just waiting to get specifically this pill right here, the blue-yellow. And Dars is pretty much a few reds away from finishing this one off.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Savage is a lot of reds away from finishing off her level.
There's 1, and there's 2. Out at a 127. Really good time for level 8. Dars taking the horizontal with his double pills, and then another one taking out 3 more viruses immediately. Shredding this board to start.
Savage out at a 147, gets the reds that she needs. She's not happy
Gets
about
the
it.
sweet tea. And another double horizontal. Dars is having a great start to this level 9.
Not loving Savage's board right now. There's absolutely no yellow to speak of that she can get to. She does have a potential for a fat log here.
There we go. Very nice play by Savage.
Mm-hmm. And sacrificing a little bit of drop time to go ahead and drop that blue piece down onto the blue in row 3. I like that play.
Mm-hmm. Both players just steamrolling through level 9 right now. I mean, Dars has a time right now that would be great for 2 levels through the 6 through 9 block.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the horizontal set up, and he's got the red, and anything that's not blue he can just use to clear out the red, and he's going to be out at under 3 minutes.
Goodness. What a performance here by Dars. We'll see if he's able to keep this momentum going as he moves into his level 10. Savage in a bit of an oops all blue situation. I like that tuck underneath. Just needing 2 more blues.
And doing what he can with all these red fragments that he's getting. That there's really not much to do with them, but he's making the most of it. Nice horizontal clear to keep things open. I like it.
Savage out at a 334, and you can see her shaking her head. She knows that was not the RNG you want to see in your in game.
Yeah. But still, that's not a bad time. The problem is she's up against a pretty much a buzzsaw of a run that Dars has going right now.
Yeah.
And Dars has the L clear set up, and there it is. Gets a horizontal clear.
Oh, and look at this clear from Savage.
Take the drop time. Dars maintaining a pretty commanding lead right now of 14 viruses. Sets up. Okay, takes the horizontal clear. Looks like he's set up to reduce drop time on this pill right here.
Yeah, Savage had a missed drop in her columns 7 and 8, and it's really going to hurt her. That's not what she needed. She was, already way behind Dars, who is just waiting for a red, gets that nice LEA, and a yellow to follow up out at a 452. Meanwhile, Savage still needing 10 more viruses to clear out to get out of this level 10.
Nice double yellow timing for Dars to start breaking through this board. Yeah, I really like how Dars has played this board thus far. Got a bit of he had a bit of a Spire situation there for a brief moment, but right now the right side of his board is actually looking pretty clean. Excuse me.
Savage joining him into level 11. She gets out of her 10 at about a 535. 19 viruses behind Dars right now is Savage Octagon. Really going to have to put the pedal to the metal if she wants to sweep this game. But it looks like right now that Dars has this pretty well in hand, unless something detrimental happens.
And the main concern for Dars right now is probably column 1. That double blue is kind of sticking out like a sore thumb right now. And that right there, his horizontal doesn't quite seem set up just yet. That double blue is going to be nice for him, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but still able to maintain that 18-19 virus lead over Savage, who has a ton of yellow on her board.
We could see a sub 7 from Dars if Doc just gives him a few blues right now. Here it comes.
There it is, 655.
655 for Dars. Well done.
Which is not a top 20 in our hot times.
Actually, a little surprised.
Yeah, there's a 3-way tie for 18th at a 644.
Okay.
GG's to Dars. Savage just got to shake that one off and bring your A game for this decider. It's going to be a great one.
So now we got one more game for you guys today to determine who moves on to the semifinals. The winner faces Swang tomorrow.
We have a ready from Savage Octagon and a ready from Dars. Bring it in with me, Packy. 3, 2, 1. Pills.
Savage is first out the gate with Ibar. Dar's not far behind. Ugh, I can words, guys, I swear. Dar's finding those horizontal clears. He's also set up for a lightning bolt on columns 5 and 6. Got a miniature little double red run right there. Looks like he's just going to go ahead and... Oh, here's a double blue run. Those are not very common. And now he's got a lightning rod set up in column 6.
Yet Savage Octagon on her side hurting for some yellows. You see she's got that horizontal setup to drop the blues down. She just hasn't had really any yellows to speak of. And now actually she ends up clearing out one of the blues that she was going to drop down.
Yeah, this has been a tale of setups so far, and Dar's setups have been very excellent thus far. All the horizontals on the bottom of his board has just been set up in sequence brilliantly. Now he just needs some yellow help before he can get out of this level, and he's not getting any whatsoever.
He completely blocks off the column
got
1 and
to be
2 on his
kidding me.
board. Come on, dog. Okay, that red yellow is going to be so nice.
That at least let him. I don't
top
think
out,
he meant to do
Dars.
that. Okay, he's fine.
135 and Savage out at a 142.
Oh man, that was brutal to watch. But Dars managed to live through it. Good work.
Yeah, and especially on that high speed, you really don't want to get that high on the board if you can help it. Was Savage getting a yellow run?
There's about a 5-second difference between the players, and in real time, Dars has a 5 virus lead. So his lead might be a bit more substantial than it looks than it might seem at first glance. But right now, Dars really needs some help with reds. Okay, I see what Dars is doing right now. He or at least what he was thinking about doing, because I feel like he wanted to horizontal those blues, but he wasn't really getting the pills he needed to complete his setup.
Yeah, he does still have the opportunity to do it, though it's going to be a lot harder now to pull it off. He's going to have either a double blue or build up to it. But with that blue there in column 7, he does get the double blue. He
doesn't trigger it.
Yeah. He elects to clear out the one in column 8.
Okay, it looks like he sees it now, so now he's going to take it.
But Savage Octagon has taken a little bit of a lead here.
Yeah, well, Ibar, I did it again. Dars. Well, Dars was fooling around with that setup. Savage managed to pull ahead.
She's got a fairly interesting board here to start off her level 10. Looking at the board as a whole, I do like the diversity. There's not much in the way of doubles that she can really work with as far as doubles in the same color are concerned. So she's going to have to get a little bit creative with the way that she is setting up her plays.
Dars, meanwhile, is off to a pretty fast start on this level 10, managed to close the gap back down to 2 viruses in real time, as well as that 5-second advantage, so it's pretty much dead even right now.
Mm-hmm.
Nice horizontal on the bottom of Dar's board right there. Gonna take some drop time. Keep everything clean.
And
I
Dar's
like that.
with that.
Yeah.
He's got that row 2 or column 2 that's completely empty, allowing him to get down to the bottom of his board.
Mm-hmm. And down at the bottom of his board, it looks like he's trying to set up some horizontals for the future. He can horizontal that red fragment, or he could clear those bottom yellow fragments in column 4, or he can just do this and clear out the yellow horizontally. He had a lot of options to work with there.
And speaking of options, Savage has had plenty of options with those the red-blue surge that she got out at about a 521. Definitely has a little bit of a lead over Dars now going into her final level, as Dars just looking to get one more blue, which he gets here, and 2 more yellows. There's one. There's the other.
There we go.
Out at a 537, about 16 seconds behind now is Dars.
Yeah, it's not an insurmountable lead by any stretch, and I really like this initial setup that he has on his board. There's a lot of double opportunities here.
Mm-hmm. Savage has a lot of horizontal opportunities on her board. Both boards are just so good.
Let's see how they decide to attack these. Dar's playing it vertical. I like what he's doing. He's not trying to overcomplicate anything. He's just being as straightforward as he can be. And he has managed to retake the virus lead.
Yeah, Savage has been trying to get
swinging back and forth right now, and it's probably going to come down to the end game at this point.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And, both players are just doing a phenomenal job. Savage has been...
Oh, here comes a fat log for Dars. Bam!
Oh, let's go.
And this nice little sequence. This quick little double yellow run is going to get him to clear out all of his yellow viruses. But right now, Savage, just one virus to go.
Just needing one more blue fragment. Come on, Doc. There it is, out at a 722.
20, 21, 22. Savage is going to take game 3 by just 4
seconds. Wow. What a game. GG's to both of our players. Savage, she cannot believe it. And I don't think Dars can believe it either, if I'm being honest.
Savage trying to slow the heart rate after a narrow game 3 win, and she will advance to semifinal Sunday to face Swang.
Absolutely. And we see Mr. Octagon now coming in to offer his congratulations.
Outstanding work by both players. We saw some excellent play.
Yeah. But with that, I believe we are going to invite Savage back into the booth to close us out.
Perhaps once her heart rate's gone down a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, Savage just asking us to take it. We got you, Sav. All right, so tomorrow's going to be a great day, great matches. We're going to have Savage versus Swang and Upaki versus Atalito. That's going to be a great match. Great day of matches.
I'm I'm gonna have my work cut out for me because Atalito is an amazing player.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a great day tomorrow, and we can't wait to see you all there. Thank
Yeah,
you all for watching this.
Yeah, we will see you guys at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Thank you so much for hanging out with us as we played some Dr. Mario today. Thank you to all the commentators, JB, Savage Octagon, Ook the Librarian, myself, Packy, and Swang. Great job to everybody. And as a reminder, we do have our signups for Virus Buster League closing very soon. So if you want to get in on that, check the Discord. I don't know, we can get a link there in our chat. And with that, thank you. And as Savage would say, take your vitamins.